Today, the goal is to build something, but I'm not sure what. I think a bunk bed for my boys. Could be a love seat couch for the living room, or a bar top for a friend. I'm not sure yet. Maybe all three. I'm gonna do something, but I might do nothing, because that's just how things go. That's what I'm looking for. Construction lumber. 2x whiteboards. This one was from the fire. Still in good condition. Got some charcoal on it, but otherwise it looks good. Two. Brand new. Another 2x. Wow. I'm not sure that's going to be useful for anything. I can certainly see it, but I don't know if the camera can see it. It can. It's a horseshoe for sure. Look at how that goes. Holy crap. Ooh. That's curvy. I'm not sure what I'm going to use that for, but still 2x, so. The shop's a mess, and I want to use some of the scrap lumber that I have in this giant pile over here. But there's a big giant pile of scrap lumber in the corner over here, which makes it difficult to do work. So, cheers. That's interesting. 2x4 construction lumber, just over 8 feet. 2x4 construction lumber, one black, one white. This one's black because it got burnt. Fire! It's pretty well charred. I think that gives it character. Got another 1x here. Get that out of here. And another 2x. This one's just dirty, I think. It might also, yeah, it's also burnt. This one's burnt and dirty. They weren't burnt when I bought them. But I am the one who burned them. Sort of. It's a long story. I do have some 2x4s though. It's not the best stack of 2x4s I've ever seen, but it'll do. It'll do. Now I'm sorting boards. I pulled all of the 2x out. I'm looking at the 2x. I'm checking for staples, screws, cracks, and breaks. And like this one, that someone took a stapler and just whacked to. So I've got to pull all of those before I can run this through the saw. Cat's paw, flathead, pliers. pliers. Join me. I'm back at it again in the shop. I've set up the table. It's not really a table. It's like a sawhorse, a piece of plywood, and then I stack some garbage on top of it. You know, I got all this burnt lumber, but it's just a surface scar. It doesn't look, it's not deep. And if I just take off like a 1/4 inch, it cleans it up, milled it down, and then it turns it into something usable. Oh yeah, much better, much better. Super clean. This came out okay. I think I'm going to, I'm definitely going to sand these down. I got some chips on that end, but this one came out all right as well. The two that were the very worst have both come out within really, really nice way. It's been some time out in the shop. There's my stack of lumber. Most of that's already pretty clean. Got a few pieces in here that's still pretty burnt. That one right there is definitely going to need to see the same treatment as those two. But I think we're about down to the lumber that I can start using for my projects. So onwards and upwards, always doing more. Welcome back, day 3, maybe 4, I'm not sure. I've been milling lumber. I have some lumber milled here. I have some lumber that is already clean. It doesn't need remilled again. I have a lot of lumber that I milled down to a non-nominal thickness. Here's what I'm doing. I plan on making a couch. It's gonna have 3 cushions. 3 cushions for backrests, and it's gonna sit a lot like a church pew. This couch is currently going to be framed on these boards. Got a couple of them sanded down, 3 more here to be sanded down, and then 3 more or 4 more over here that need sanded down as well. Those frame boards will have 2 armrests and the base bottom, which is like a bench seat, and then a shallowly angled backrest. That backrest and bench seat get cushions on them, and then those cushions will be, playable. And then later on, I'll add drawers that set underneath that space, underneath that couch, so that I can then put toys and stuff in. So first, just getting the couch framed up and buying the cushions. What I'm looking to build is something sturdy that'll last a very long time, look good throughout the entire time it lasts, and be comfortable the entire time it lasts. Up to 30 years, a real piece of actual furniture. Welcome back to the shop. I got the day off of work today. It's raining outside, So I'm in here building more on the couch project. Now that I've given myself that introduction, I'm going to skip right in because you already know all of that. This is like day 5. I have been working on sanding all my material down and getting everything prepped and ready. I have been designing the math that how everything's got to fit together. Each of the individual pieces is sort of like mishmashed. I know how I want it to look in the end, but I don't know how all of the fittings will snap. So I've been working on that. I draw a little drawing, and then I imagine how that drawing should connect to the other pieces. So I think what's going to happen is the backrest will have this notch cut right here where the rail, the back rail of the couch frame, the part where your butt goes, will lock into that, so that I'll have the armrests and the frame set at there. That height right there is 24 inches. So if I lay it on its face, I'll have a 12-inch and a 24-inch armrest to section, which means it can fit through doors, even though it's 70 some odd inches. It's like 78 inches long. It'll still fit through a doorway that's as small as, 26 inches or 25 inches. It might even go through a doorway that's smaller than that, 22 inches, but I don't think there are any doorways that are that small. But yeah, so I've kept the frame and the legs to 12 inches and the armrests to 24, so it should fit through any doorway. And then the backrest unclips. So you put the backrest in place, lean it up against the wall wherever you're placing it, and then snap the bed frame into the 4 clips on the back. I'm going to take these measurements. I think that's all of the largest ones. And each one of those will be a piece of either the frame, the back, or the armrests. And hopefully I've got enough material here that is all in the correct sizes and lengths that I can fully build this thing without having to go purchase any more wood. That's the goal, at least. So I'm switching saws. I'm getting out the circular chop saw, and we're gonna move on to the next step, cutting everything to length. So that's the first piece cut. Safety first. Safety first. Safety. And then I'm saving all my scraps because the legs are only like 8 inches long. So all of these will get used as legs. This will be a back leg on the armrest. And then that's all the scrap that I get. So I've got my backrests marked out. I'm going to cut those on the table saw. I don't have a fence or anything. I'm just going to freehand it. This is where we're going. We're going to go right down the line. We're going to go down the line. I'm going to decrease the height of my saw blade so I don't die. On we go again. Make sure that you don't have anything down the leg that might get you stuck. And now, these are the backrest pieces. That's all the taller the couch is going to be. Not very tall. It will actually have a bunch more loft than that, but it's all going to be cushioned. So I had all my measurements laid out, and I just pulled from my end, carried all my measurements, and I make sure that I'm centered and that my center measure has the same output as I expected. Next thing, I need to do that same thing with this rail. Then I use my square. Make sure that I know exactly where everything's supposed to go and I don't mess up and accidentally drill holes in a spot where they don't belong. So that when I set my square in there, I'm in a happy spot. And it looks like I am. So I need to take a 1/2 inch off this rail so that it measures with the plywood thickness, the same thickness as my front facer. So time to set my fence up on the table saw and run this through at 2.5. Yeah, 2.5. Safety first. Gotta plug it in. Gotta plug it in. Now, loud noises. What I've done is I've made a rabbet. By putting these two pieces together, I have this rabbet. And so I'll have a front finished face here on the front of the couch, and I'll have a round over. And then the plywood will touch the back of that round over so that it rests on this surface. I want to attach my rails first. So I have rails, and I don't care that they're more thick because I'm covering that up with another foot. There's a foot that's going in that notch. So I put this rail on in its location, and then I'll drill 2 holes in this face and put 2 long screws in that go and hold this all together. Got a box of long screws. These bad boys are like 3 inches, 3.5 inches. So they'll go through pretty deep. They'll go long past the initial board and 2.5 inches into my next board. So I need to pre-drill these so that I don't break my attachment points. Take a break to upload video to the internet so that my phone had more space for video. The problem now being that just wasted a boatload of my day. New and different places. Alrighty then. Grab a screw. Put that screw in the first hole and then help it find the second hole. That's a dry fit. Then we're gonna flip this bad boy over. We're gonna do everything we just did again with the back rail. Somebody wants to pay me an exorbitant amount of money to get a house with a really nice workshop out back. I'll build you some cabinets or furniture, tables. We'll work for a nice shop, I suppose is what I'm trying to say. Great. That's the base frame done. That base frame has this facer that sits on the front of it, and that makes that rabbited edge we were talking about earlier. I want the top of this plywood to set 12 inches from the bottom of the feet. On my backrest, I need to have an 8 1/4 inch leg at the front with that notch in it for resting the back rail. So I got this extra room here for the cushion, the couch cushion. This is where it locks into place so the back can separate from the front. And then I'll have a bar like this, boop, but cut to the right length. That holds these two together and is the resting space for the back rail to sit on, and that will hold the string as well. It sits right where the stringer sits. So. that sets right there like that. I had set this way. I had this one set so that it goes right here. That's what my back leg looks like. So there will be hello. My name is Cade. Pirates don't play video games, and I do whatever I want. Yeah, it's much better. Oh no! You fell down, I'm sorry. You okay? I'll get you back up there. We'll get you back up there. I guess I'm gonna set you up somewhere so that you can take a looky-loo while I'm chopping more material. I'm not quite sure what's gonna happen or whether or not I'll have enough, but because this is all by the seat of my pants. As you can see, I'm drawing in a notebook I got for a nickel on clearance. The amount of effort here is low, so come with me and you'll be in a world of pure imagination. You know what? I don't even know what I'm doing out here. I've been talking to you for 15 minutes already today. And not to mention, I came out and talked to you the other day. But we're doing stuff. Not just sitting on the couch or watching TV. Well, you're watching me on whatever, you know, a phone or a TV. I don't know, maybe. I'm probably going to cut this out, so it doesn't really matter. You ended up in the marble bucket, I'm sorry. Thank you guys for paying attention. Thank you for being here. I don't know who I'm talking to or if I'm just talking to myself, but future me, even though everything's not okay right now, it will be soon. You know? Cool. Have a good day. Bye. We're going on a trip in our favorite rocket ship, floating through the sky. Little Einsteins. Pretty sure I'm gonna piss a bunch of people off. But you know, angry engagement's still engagement, so leave your comments down below about how badly I did so that I can fix it for the next time. You continue to watch, and I hope that we can have more fun together next time. I'm Cade. Pirates don't play video games. I didn't smile. Sorry. Let me try again. I'm Cade. Pirates don't play video games. Wow, that was terrible. Maybe we'll just be friends and I don't have to say weird stuff to get you to like me. Ooh, that's a fun reflection. It's not an orb, it's a reflection. It's bouncing off of the glass. You can see it. It's literally both of those two lights bouncing off of the that's a fun reflection. Anyway, I'm Cade and Pirates don't play video games. Good night. Angle number 3. Can you still see me? Am I still here for you? I don't know. Cut that out. Cut that out. Cade, when you're editing this, don't leave any of this in. This is the bad bit. Leave this bit out. I'm trying to let you know that this is not something that you should keep in the video. Is this good for you? I don't know. Probably not. I make terrible content. I make terrible content. spin them around the minky dink.